It is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! As we get to watch two insanely fun decks go against each other. One being Heroes, the other one being Zombie World Control post Master Rule 2020 and Duel Overload, as Heroes are going to start off using Mass Change on their Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, changing their Shadow Mist into a Masked Hero Dark Law. Now, while Duel Overload doesn't provide a lot of support for the hero strategy, Master Rule 2020 has done wonders, as now they can use the effect of Shadow Mist as a sort of a semi-Stratos, not restricted to be able to special summon those fusion monsters into their extra monster zone. Dark Law can go into the main monster zone and they can still follow with some amazing plays. This will allow them to this time add Vision Hero Ferris, which will discard Destiny Hero Malicious to the graveyard to be able to special summon itself. Vision Hero Ferris now using its effect to be able to place Vision Hero Increase from the deck into the spell trap card zone, and now Vision Hero Increase can use its effect to tribute the Vision Hero Ferris to be able to special summon itself. I know what you guys are asking. Normally it's, where do I get the mat? Where do I get the sleeves? When can I see deck profiles and all that? And I'm telling you guys, just check down below in the comment section. I'll have all of that information pinned, as well as the Imperium Duelist links and whatnot, giving you guys all of the information you need. We're going to focus on the game. Vision Hero Vion is going to be special summoned to the side of the field, using its effect to send Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier this time. Not sending a Shadow Mist or sending a Destiny Hero Malicious, as they've already been sent to the graveyard. Destiny Hero Malicious will now banish itself to summon another copy from the deck to the side of the field. In this particular situation, Heroes will probably need to get as many searches as possible. One thing I would suggest is, since Mass Change was already shotgunned, is making Extra Hero Wonder Driver, and if the deck does have the resources, it can set the Wonder Driver back to, or it can set the Mass Change back to the side of the field. It doesn't seem to be the thing for Heroes, as they're going to make the Extra Hero Cross Crusader instead, using the effect of Extra Hero Cross Crusader to special summon the Malicious back to the side of the field, and then using Cross Crusader's effect again to tribute off the Malicious to now be able to summon, or to add a hero monster from the deck to the hand. Now, they are restricted to only summoning hero monsters for the duration of the turn, but plot twist, Vision Hero Ferris kind of prevented them from doing that in the first place. Malicious number 2 is going to banish itself to be able to special summon Malicious number 3, and Heroes are pretty much set up for their first combo. We know that they want to summon that Destiny Hero Plasma, and if Zombies had to pick between Master Hero Dark Law to deal with or Destiny Hero Plasma, it would 100% unpredictably be the Destiny Hero Plasma. The deck does not want to deal with that card. It'd rather deal with 1,000,000 Dark Laws before one Plasma, because negating Zombies' effects are way more important than just banishing anything that goes to the graveyard. There are outs to banishment. There isn't much of an out to monster effect negation with this strategy. Zombies going ahead and following up with the Super Polymerization, discarding a Mind Control from their hand to fuse both the Dark Law and the Destiny Hero Plasma. Whoa! It looks like all of that board that Heroes were to make all got dissolved when a Starving Venom Dragon hits the field. 2800 attack. Zombies are going to now follow up with some normal summoning Shiranui Solitaire. Solitaire's effect to tribute itself to special summon Unizombie to the side of the field. Now, Unizombie does have an effect that restricts the attack of other monsters except for zombies, but seeing that this is a Zombie World deck, it's not really much of a problem. Sending Necro Banshee to the graveyard to be able to activate itself, being able to activate the Zombie World from the deck. Now all monsters are zombies, but it looks like this deck wants to take it a step further, linking off both monsters into Crystron Hacklefibrix. This card is amazing. Hacklefibrix effect now being able to special summon the Glow of Bloom to the side of the field. And while Glow of Bloom cannot activate its effect on the field, it does not matter. It's being sent to the graveyard for another Link summon right into our Vampire Sucker, triggering the effect of Glow of Bloom now, since it's in the graveyard, to be able to special summon a Doom King Ballard Rock to the side of the field. This is crazy. Zombies literally just showed you how Hacklefibrix makes the deck that much better. There are so many cards for Duel Overload that actually makes the zombie strategy very viable. This deck is a lot better than what people think. The Zombie World strategy is amazing thanks to Duel Overload. Now, both of those monsters are going to declare an attack, putting Heroes down to 3,600 life points if my math is correct. And then they're going to set a card face down and pass their turn, giving the ball right back to Heroes. What can they do to be able to potentially break this board? It's not the most dangerous board, but when you look at it, Vampire Sucker does allow zombies to recur resources, continuously draw cards. Doom King Balladrock is where the punch is at, being able to negate monster effects that are zombie or banish those critical cards in the graveyard. That could be a problem, as Hero is going to normal summon Elemental Hero Stratos, use this effect, and Doom King Balladrock isn't going to respond. It looks like Doom King Balladrock won't negate the Stratos. That is something that zombies will pay for, as Stratos will now, instead of fetching, well, not being able to fetch anything, it is going to add Honest Neos from the deck to the hand. I wouldn't be surprised if zombies actually thought that Honest Neos was already the hand, seeing that they didn't search it. That's not the case this time around. Elemental Hero Stratos will attack into the Doom King Balladrock, and now it'll follow with the Elemental Hero Honest Neos, giving Stratos enough tack to attack over the Doom King Balladrock. Now here is the problem with Balladrock. Balladrock can only negate zombie monsters' effects, and since Honest Neos activates and resolves in the hand, it is still a warrior at that time. Now that it's in the graveyard, of course it is a zombie, but when it would activate it, it was a warrior type monster. So Balladrock couldn't have done anything to that. Following up, Evil Hero Duster Goal is going to activate its effect, searching a Dark Calling from the deck to the hand. Now the Dark Calling is going to be activated, assuming banishing both the Duster Gold and maybe the Destiny Hero Malicious, because there's no more Destiny Hero Maliciouses to play, to be able to spell summon Evil Hero Malicious Bane. So yes, both of those monsters are going to be banished. I wonder if this is considered a misplay. Kinda not, because you want to get that Vampire Sucker off the field. You don't want Doom King Balladrock to trigger off a Vampire Sucker to give them additional cards. And Destiny Hero Malicious can't be destroyed by battle or targeted by your opponent's card effect, so it's safe from mind control. That Malicious Bane is going to hit the field. It can wipe off the Vampire Sucker, but it looks like heroes have another response and another super polymerization. Fusing both the Elemental Hero Stratos and the Malicious Bane, Fusion does not target, to be able to special summon a Dragon Necro Nether Soul Dragon to the side of the field, easily breaking the board. And since Glow Bloom was sent from the hand to the graveyard, it will trigger, banishing itself to be able to special summon Jack O'Bolin to the side of the field. It looks like zombies just exploded with a ton of monsters on the opponent's turn. Heroes trying to recover using Miracle Fusion, but it looks like Jack O'Bolin is going to possibly trigger its effect, and that could ruin Hero's day. It looks like Bolin is going to use its effect to be able to banish itself from the graveyard to be able to spell summon that Liquid Soldier. You can assume that Heroes wanted to go into that absolute zero. They're not going to get that opportunity. Zombies are in a terrible spot. Yes, they'll be able to summon Elemental Hero Sunriser to the side of the field, but seeing that they've already went through their battle phase, they won't be able to destroy the Liquid, and it looks like that's going to be it. Zombies taking game one. That was incredible, ladies and gentlemen, showing you guys how powerful the strategy can be, even against some really good hero boards. But I don't think we should slack on heroes. The deck has poise. The deck has the ability to make some really awesome boards. And even when it's broken, it has some great follow-up plays going into game two. Visionary Ferris is going to discard Elemental Hero Stratos to summon itself, placing the increase into the Spawn and Trap card zone. Now for you players that are going against heroes in your matches, if there was ever a choke point that you guys probably should stop, it should be the Vision Hero Ferris. It gets you 2 additional monsters to your side of the field, a send to the graveyard, and a Search of Polymerization. All that off of 1 card is way too strong. If there's any choke point, again, you probably should be hitting the Ferris. So Vision Hero Vion is going to send Destiny Hero Malicious. Malicious is going to banish itself to summon another Malicious to the side of the field. And we can assume that Vision Hero Vion will use his other effect, banishing the Ferris for the Polymerization. That's going to be the follow-up. That seems to be the move, ladies and gentlemen, adding that Poly Boy from the deck to the hand. It looks like Vision Heroes are going to be able to make another nostalgic board. Using both Destiny Hero Malicious and the Vision Hero Increase, I really like the fact that the Link monster is still really good with the hero strategy. They're going to go ahead and make Extra Hero Cross Crusader triggering its effect, special summoning that Malicious back to the side of the field, and now Malicious will be tributed off to be able to search another hero from the deck to the hand. Now the hero in question is probably going to be another Destiny Hero Plasma. One can only assume that's what it would be. It's going to be that Plasma. And that's going to put them in a pretty good spot. Again, Destiny Hero Plasma is literally a card that Heroes does not want to deal with. It'd rather deal with the Sun and Moon before dealing with Plasma. Normal summoning that Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier, using its effect to special summon Stratos from the graveyard to the side of the field, triggering the effect of Elemental Hero Stratos. it looks like heroes are going to be able to add another hero monster this time. So in this particular situation, we already have Plasma. You don't want it to be attacked over because it's a feeble 1900 attack. So it looks like Honest Neos is going to be the move. Now with Honest Neos in hand, this deck or this card will be pretty powerful. Plasma can go upwards towards, I think, 4,400, which is more than enough for any monster in the zombie arsenal. That's going to be pretty good. Now heroes thinking about their next move, I think you can polymerize, any two monsters with different attributes into the Sunriser, and Sunriser add Miracle Fusion. But Sunriser doesn't necessarily do anything for heroes on the opponent's turn. It's a great card. It's just not the best follow-up, especially if you want to summon an Absolute Zero right now. You can just strictly go in Absolute Zero with polymerization. So it looks like they're going to use the Liquid Soldier and the Stratos, either Sunriser or Absolute Zero. Do they value that extra monster, or do they just want to go straight into the Zero? They're going to go straight into the Zero this time around. I don't think that this is a bad idea, especially when you're tight for extra deck space. Using that, Sunriser just to have another monster on your side of the field, while it doesn't do anything against the opponent, it's just not really worth it. Destiny Hero Malicious is going to banish itself to summon another copy, the final copy from the deck to the side of the field. And now here is where we see that Destiny Hero Plasma. Looks like the Cross Crusader, Vion, and Malicious will all be tributed for that Destiny Hero Plasma. So this board is going to be a little different. No Dark Law Plasma. Looks like it's going to be Absolute Plasma plus a back row. And if that back row is actually Mass Change, that's deadly. As Elemental Hero Absolute Zero can be a Harpy's Feather Duster and a Raigeki. You can morph that card to be able to summon the Master Hero Asset and then destroy all of your opponent's monster cards through the effect of Absolute Zero, and then Asset will trigger to destroy all of your opponent's spell and trap cards. Such a deadly combination of effects that can be the end for zombies if played incorrectly. Passing it back to zombies, do they have another super polymerization? It looks like they don't, but they do have the Mind Control targeting the Destiny Hero Plasma. Heroes are going to go ahead and respond with Mass Change, morphing the Destiny Hero Plasma into a Master Hero Darklaw. Unfortunately, they won't be able to trigger the Absolute Zero on the opponent's turn, but they still have a Master Hero Darklaw, which could be pivotal. Well, looks like they might not have that, as heroes are now going to go ahead and follow up with Instant Fusion. They're going to bring their life points down to 7,000 to be able to summon that Thousand Eyes Restrict. Now, this was actually a really interesting situation. Zombies can actually take both monsters with some cards from Duel Overload. Hypothetically, Thousand Eyes Restrict could snatch the Absolute Zero and then link into the Relinquish Anima from the Duel Overload set. And it would be able to snatch Master Hero Darklaw, but that wouldn't be the move because then Absolute Zero will be sent to the graveyard, getting rid of the Anima. So that's not the move. It's definitely something that should have been considered, or probably was considered, but ultimately would have not been the move. It would have been a huge mistake by the zombies players, or whatever you want to call them. So both players seem to be entrenched into their card effects. Normally we like to skip those scenes. We don't like where it's not a lot of action, but sometimes we leave it in there just to make the game feel better, a little flow. But as you guys can see, there will be times where we will skip those components, and it'll be like a little bit of a skip. You guys will see cards move just slightly, but that's only because of time skips, because, obviously we don't want cards just sitting there. Pot of Desires is going to be activated, now free from Master Hero Darklaw, allowing zombies to draw 2 additional cards. And now Unizombie is going to be the monster to follow up, using its effect to send a zombie monster from the deck to the graveyard. The monster of choice has to be that Necro World Banshee. She's going to go ahead and banish herself to activate that zombie world. And it looks like the only thing zombies have to get over is that Absolute Zero. That is going to be the card that is going to ruin their existence. Now, the problem is, it doesn't matter how you get rid of Absolute Zero with zombies, it's more than likely going to trigger its effect. You can banish it with Doom King Balladrock, but it's no longer a zombie monster, so it can activate its effect to wipe your board. You can get rid of it with a Nightmare Unicorn, but it's going to activate its effect. So now you can see the problems that zombie faces. It's going to be conquering over that Absolute Zero. Zombie seems to be using that Thousand Eyes Restrict, plus that Unizombie for a Link summon, maybe Nightmare Cerberus, that actually is not a bad idea, as it would get over the absolute zero. But no, it looks like it's going to be the Crystron Hacklefibrix. Not gonna lie, I think Nightmare Cerberus is vastly underrated right now in Master Rule 2020 because it can destroy those Exceeds, Fusions, and you know, other monsters that will summon themselves to the side of the field. So Hacklefibrix is gonna special summon that Glow Bloom. And here's actually where Zombie is gonna have a bit of a problem, because once you link off that Glow Bloom and you decide to use this effect, you'll be locked into only summoning zombies for the rest of the turn, which could restrict your extra deck summoning. It looks like Danger Susanoko is going to be activated, but allow me to backtrack a little bit. Zombies did ask Heroes if they wanted to shuffle before activating the effect of Danger Susanoko, and Heroes were all okay with it. Regardless, it's still a random card, and it's not like Zombies didn't necessarily pick the card to place on the top of the deck, so we just can continue on. Special summoning that Danger Susanoko by discarding the Necroworld Banshee, they'll be able to draw an additional card. And now, this is an interesting spot, because all monsters on the field are zombie due to Zombie World. It looks like they're going to summon another monster from Duel Overload. That is right, the new Mayakashi Yoko monster from the Duel Overload set is actually ridiculously powerful. Using the effect of Glow Bulb will now summon a zombie monster from the deck to the side of the field. But this girl is actually the answer to Absolute Zero. The crazy thing about it is that her name is Absolute Zero herself. So how do you get to Absolute Zero twice? It has to be with the new Mayakashi Link monster. So Balladrock plus her is a really interesting combination. It looks like Danger Nessie is going to be activated, forcing them to play that danger game. If Nessie is hit, it's going to be a problem, as it can activate its effect. What is going to be rolled? It's going to be a Danger Nessie. What is going on, as Danger Nessie will be able to activate its effect, but since it is a zombie monster in the graveyard, Doom King Balladrock will be able to trigger its effect to banish the Absolute Zero. Absolute Zero attempts to activate its effect, but no! Mayakashi Yoko uses her effect to be able to negate the banished monster's effect. This is too strong, ladies and gentlemen. This is just, whoa! As I would always say. Resolving the effect of Danger Nessie, Danger Mothman will now find itself into the hand for later use. It looks like Heroes could possibly put some more damage on the board, and that could maybe be game. But no, it looks like they're maybe just going to declare an attack, put 700 damage on the board, which could just equal up to 2,300 for the opponent, and that is pretty much it. Now, the Danger Mothman could activate its effect, but I don't think that zombies want to play that danger game, play that risk, because they possibly could go for a game, or they could possibly hit the Mothman and give Heroes more options while not really getting the options for themselves. They're going to go ahead and put Heroes down to 2,300 and pass their turn. And now Heroes are in a dilemma. We know that the Mayakashi monster will trigger when a monster is special summoned from the graveyard to negate an effect. We also know that Doom King Balladrock will banish a monster, and it looks like Mayakashi will negate that effect as well. So in this particular situation, the Heroes are not in a great position. They can't use Liquid Soldier because obviously the target would be banished with Doom King Balladrock. They're going to need some time, but it looks like they do have the evil hero Aduster Gold, using its effect, discarding itself to add Dark Calling from the deck to the hand. And now following up with the Dark Calling's effect, they can banish evil hero Aduster from the graveyard, as well as a level 6 Destiny hero Malicious to be able to special summon to the side of the field evil hero Malicious Bane, not triggering the effect of Doom King Balladrock, and can't necessarily trigger the effect of the Mayakashi Link, Yoko Ono. So Malicious Bane does hit the field, and zombies are at an interesting situation. Malicious Bane can activate its effect to destroy all monsters in the field, but Doom King Balladrock would negate it, meaning that Malicious Bane would not be able to destroy Yoko Ono. They're going to activate the effect of Elemental Hero Stratos, and it actually would have been a good idea to use Stratos' effect to destroy Zombie World as opposed to searching. But zombies actually have a Necroworld Banshee in graveyard, meaning they'll be able to activate Zombie World again, so it would be kind of pointless. You could take that risk, say, hey, your desires banish 2 Zombie Worlds, but then you can also search for a comeback play after you break your opponent's board, extending the game. Doom King Balladrock will trigger her effect, or its effect, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, to banish a liquid soldier from the graveyard. So if heroes do have access to Miracle Fusion, they won't be able to summon Absolute Zero. And even if they were, Absolute Zero would not have a good time right now. It looks like heroes are going to search a second copy of Liquid Soldier, which I personally think is amazing for heroes once you hit Master Rule 5, because now you have so many options. Absolute Zero becomes one of those must-play cards. Malicious Bane attacking over the Doom King Balladrock, and then during the main phase 2, using its effect effectively to be able to destroy the Mayakashi Link. Now it looks like zombies are in a really bad position. They're going to lose their entire board, but they're going to gain Doom King Balladrock's effect back during the standby phase. Because there is a field spell card still on the field, Doom King Balladrock will recur itself, but this time around in defense position. Looks like after some really heavy thought, zombies are still in a pretty interesting situation. They have to get over Malicious Bane. There actually is a card from the Duel Overload set that helps a ton with this particular situation, and zombies are going to figure that on out. So zombies are going to follow up with the effect of Danger Mothman. If Mothman isn't hit, it looks like zombies will be in a good spot. Even if it is hit, they still haven't used their normal summon, so they can still summon monsters to the side of the field. The dice is rolled on 4. It's going to hit the Danger Jackalope, as Mothman will find itself to the side of the field. Danger Jackalope will trigger its effect to be able to summon another monster to the side of the field in a second copy of Danger Mothman. In defense position, it looks like zombies are in a really good spot. They're in all state, as both Danger Mothmans will be able to use their monster presence to be able to link into a Predaplant Vert Anaconda. And this is amazing. Following up, it looks like zombies are still in there for more. Jacko Bolin is going to be summoned to the side of the field, but the trigger of Glow Bloom would completely ruin the entire combo, so zombies are going to go against that. Vert Anaconda is going to use its effect, fusing both the Malicious Bane and the Elemental Hero Stratos, while Zombie World is face up on the field. Now, Vert Anaconda does prevent you from special summoning, but only after you use this card's effect. Dragon Necro, the Nether Soul Dragon, is going to hit the field, and that is enough for game. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed these videos. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, comment down below what was your favorite part, what decks do you want to see, and share with a friend. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am.